We spoke yesterday about acceleration, and today we're going to watch a video that explains it. Pay careful attention to how the math works. It's relatively simple, but it's good to see how acceleration is calculated. And remember, keep this in mind, that acceleration really comes down to a change in velocity, which is speed and direction. So if you change speed, you're changing velocity. If you change direction, you're changing velocity. If you change speed and direction, you're changing velocity. Even if you slow down, that's a change in speed, that is a change in velocity. And if you want to figure out acceleration, it's velocity, that change in velocity, divided by the time that it takes for that to happen. So if you're changing velocity and you're figuring out acceleration, well, if you're slowing down, I should say, that's what I really want to illustrate. If you're slowing down in a car, you're actually still accelerating because you're changing your velocity. So just something to keep in mind there. Now watch the video. You can pause this one and watch the video here. And then when you're done, come back and watch the rest of this video that you're watching right now. Think about it. Which backpack accelerates more? The one over here on this side is, not the person, this one is lighter than the one on the right, this one. So which one's going to accelerate more easily? Write your answer right here. And the answer is the one on the left because it's lighter. It's easier to get it going. Now, if the student wants this backpack, the one on the left that I just pointed to here, and the one on the right, if he wants both of them to accelerate at the same rate, what must he do? Well, he's got to apply more force to this one. Maybe you've had a similar experience where you're carrying a box that was light and then you picked up one that was heavy. Well, you had to use more force. You could go at the same rate, but it just took more energy, more force. You had to pick it up with more effort. So down here you can write that it requires the boy to put more force on the object. Inertia is the tendency of matter to resist a change in its state of motion. Remember, resist just means that we are fighting against something. Like maybe your mom wants you to go to bed and you go back under the covers, or maybe you don't want to eat something for dinner or whatever and you say, I'm not eating that. Or you don't want to do your homework, you don't want to do chores, you're resisting. Okay, so with objects that are in motion, they want to keep staying in motion. So if you're riding your bus, I know this isn't your school bus, but just think about your school bus. If you're riding the bus and you're moving forward and all of a sudden the bus driver hits the brakes, what happens to you? Well, you slam into the seat in front of you because you want to keep going that way, but the bus stops and interrupts your motion. Or have you ever turned off a ceiling fan? It's spinning and it has lots of motion, lots of inertia, but it keeps going when the electricity is turned off because it wants to keep moving. It has that inertia. We're going to watch two videos here that illustrate. So pause the video and watch this one. And then in addition to that one, watch this one as well. Now just start at the 2nd minute mark. You only need to watch the segment on inertia. I'll show you really quick. If you actually look down here, it'll say what is inertia right at 2 minutes. So you only need to watch from 2 minutes. I'll zoom in a little bit. From 2 minutes to 3:44. You don't need to watch anything else. It's just 1 minute and 44 seconds, but watch that segment. And then when you're done with that, you can come back to this video. So let's think about it for a second here. When a car stops suddenly, what happens to a person riding in the car and not wearing a seatbelt? Go ahead and write your answer right here. I'm pretty sure you know what the answer is by now. And to wrap things up, take a minute to watch this BrainPop video. It's going to review everything that we have done so far. So you can pause this video and watch that one. Remember to sign in so that you can view it. And then come back and watch this video when you're done. Now, the last thing you want to make sure that you do today is watch the Chapter 16, Lesson 3 reading here. And again, I'll have this one posted down below. But you want to listen to the text. Again, it's going to review what we discussed today.